In 1984, we have a real good season, and we're second in everything offensively, and first was Mississippi Valley State. We'd come in Monday, back then the information didn't travel as fast. You waited to get the printout of the 1AA statistics over the weekend, and we'd have, 480 yards passing, and Monday, who is this Mississippi Valley State? They had 610,
Well, Sean, with that, because you and I are right around the same age, like there wasn't the internet back then, right? We didn't have ESPN.
No, your sports information director handed you a packet, and you flipped to page 7. What I remember that was interesting, this obviously you're seeing Jerry Rice before he was Jerry Rice, and we had a receiver, Jerry Wright. And if you look up in the 1984 1AA statistics, Jerry Wright and Jerry Rice were the 2 first-team Kodak All-American receivers, 1AA. And then they had this quarterback, Willie Totten, who was a first-team All-American. I was an underclassman, honorable mention. And I'm telling you, week by week, that 84 season, that happened like 4 different Mondays. And then years later, I'm a head coach, and we're putting in a package, and we're always looking for names, and so our Cooley package involved, because he was one of the first guys, the coach, to really put Jerry on one side of the field, almost what the NBA does, and then put a lot of eligibles away from him. And Bill Walsh was running 200 jet X slant with spacing, and Cooley was doing something very similar to that in the 4x1 sets.
Let's go back to when you were at Eastern and you guys were like lighting it up, and then all of a sudden you get your packet. Did you have any idea? I mean, I know you said you played Jackson State and Tennessee State, but do you have any idea what Mississippi Valley is?
Remember, we didn't have the access to the film and like resources to actual, like you would hear about it and then catch a glimpse. You couldn't just look up a game or tune in a game or buy a game or any of that. It became a little bit like a lore. By mid-season, there was this team down there, wherever that Mississippi Valley State was located, that was doing things equal to what we felt we were doing.
Hey, Sean, before we get out of here, I want to ask you a couple questions about this Cooley package, because I'm just totally fascinated. First off, did you ever get a chance to meet Archie Cooley?
I never did. I saw interviews. I saw the hat.
Do you still do that? Like, okay, here's why we're doing this, and here's the guy who did it.
Yeah. Anytime we can give credit to somebody, or even with our at the line calls, we use terms that resonate maybe with the play. We got this one play. It's the GOAT play versus a certain defense, and we call it Gretzky. It was the best ever, And so I think it helps them learn. And I think, look, there's an interest in the history, especially when you're talking to a diverse room. And I can look at them and say, look, I was playing when this guy was, was setting all these records. And I think that besides them responding, your old coach, many of these players have heard about the legend of Cooley. Everyone knows about Jerry Rice. Not many people would be able to tell you who Willie Totten was. But that's the cool thing about what we do.